Hello and welcome back to Tree Machine. So we are still on the boat of Alicia. And we have to prove that we are worth to get in the common league. And then we can talk to Alicia and hopefully destroy the Tree Machine in the dream. So we already got a number. And so we can maybe get new informations. Week to 9, what can I... Oh, week to 6, I see you've mistakenly put your badge on upside down. Let me correct that for you. You're lucky, I noticed that. The captain's very strict on dress code. So, doesn't worth anything to put it in the wrong... on the wrong side. Captain's A told me to help you out. Is there anything I can do? Sure thing. I don't know if you're noticed yet, but there's a bit of a rat infestation aboard. I just saw one scuttle into the hole by the door over there. If you want, you could help me eradicate them. Sure, what do I need to? As far as I can tell, they build their nests in the walls. You'd need to locate all the nests and bait them with poison. How many nests are there? I've seen 3 so far. Sounds good? Oh. Yeah. I do it. So, I don't want to kill rats in real life, but no problem on this virtual reality. Great. Here's the rat poison. There's only a little bit left, but I think it will be enough to bait the nesters. Don't handle that stuff lightly, mind you. The poison is potent enough to kill a full-grown man. You get to keep the box as your reward. Yeah. What was if you needed me to do again? Where can I find the nests? There are one just by the door there. The other ones might be harder to find. But just walk to the decks and you should be able to locate one. Okay, so see you later. Can't we kill anybody with rat poison? Okay, no reason though. It's a friendly game. We only kill rats. So I seen as well one in my room. Here is none. So let's have a look. Well, I can't open this cabin, so we can only look in our room again for the second. Then maybe downstairs, and then we can ask as well the barkeeper if he has some job to do. So here's nothing. The Captain A told me to help you out. Is there anything I can do? Not really. You can't just start mixing drinks, you know. Tending bar requires skill and years of training. It's a huge responsibility requiring secret account knowledge passed on from tender to tender. Okay. How do I learn this account knowledge? This book is a good place to start. Okay, thank you. The Ultimate Drink Book. A comprehensive guide to cocktails from around the world. That's it? A drink book? Knowing the 3 recepts is only half the job. You could train a monkey to follow a recept, but that wouldn't make him a bartender. The tricky part is doing it with some finesse. Prove to me you're not a monkey and I'll tell the Captain A that you helped me. How do I do that? Mix me a decent martini. You'll find everything you need around in the bar. If you mess up, you can just rinse the shaker in the sink and start again. Okay, I already did a martini. So, there we go. Let's taste, shall we? It could use some finesse, but that's a pretty good martini. Well done. I'll tell the Captain's A that you helped me out. Thanks. So this was pretty easy. So, but we need to find... Run, red... Is this a red hole? No. Is there anything else I can go? Like, no, I don't see. Back to the bar. Maybe on the third deck, and I missed it. Here. So... Last one. Which is just well since I'm all out of poison. So... Now we did our job for the servant. Hello, have you bed all the nests for me? Yeah, I just found the last one. Did the poison last for all of them? Barely, I ran out of after baiting the last one. That's good enough for me. So, do you have anything else for me to do? Not right now, but check with the other crew members. They might have tasks for you. Okay, so then bye. When we have to ask the chief boss boy, are you getting used to life on board? It still feels very unfamiliar. Don't worry about it. Once you have an assignment, you'll get used to it. About that, the captain told me to make myself useful and help you guys out. Is there anything you need? If you want, you can clean the desk over me. Yeah, I do it myself, but I'm on my break. Okay. Sure, I can do that. Thanks. It needs to be sent to the kitchen. How do I get to the kitchen? You don't. Just use the dump waiter by the bar. Okay. See you later then. So we get all the dirty dishes. And I know where we have to bring them. So let's go downstairs over here to the bar. When I can put the dishes here. And oh, I have to use that. So, send to kitchen. When we did our job. Or maybe we can talk with that. Oh. Victor 6, report to the captain's aid. I repeat, Victor 6, report to the captain's aid. Okay, first we have to go here. Hurry up, captain's aid. There you are. Has my assignment arrived yet? Yeah, I just received your briefing and it's doozy. There might be even a big promotion in it if you do this right. As you might have heard, one of our crew members went well recently. Yeah, the crew told me about that. It's unfortunate, but sometimes these things happen. According to the initial reports, he was seen drinking last night. But the captain suspects somebody might be withholding information. So, why does she suspect that? Because the initial reports contradict each other. Some say they saw him drinking, some say he never touched a drop. It doesn't add up. So, has this happened before? It's pretty rare, but yeah, these things happen now and then. You sound pretty unconcerned. The way I see it, he's probably passed out drunk somewhere below the deck. That's usually the case when people miss a swift shift. I think he'll turn up sooner or later making excuses. So, who is the missing crew member? His call sign is Victor 11. He worked as sun deck steward. He always seemed very reliable to me, but I haven't had much contact with him. The protocol states we have to inform his next of kin 24 hours after their disappearance. That hour is approaching quickly, and the captain wants to be able to tell them something more substantial Then, sorry, we seem to have misplaced your son. Okay, that's pretty clear. So... Oh... So why is the captain giving me this assignment? Or first, what does the captain want me to do? She wants you to investigate his disappearance. Talk to his fellow crew members and find out what they know. Where was he seen last? Did he talk to anyone about leaving? Is he hiding from something? That sort of thing. So why is the captain giving me this assignment? I knew. Since you arrived today, you're the most impersonal crew member aboard. You don't know any of the crew and you have no reason to lie. That puts you in a unique position to actually find out what happened. Okay, that's a good idea, of course. So, could foul play be behind his disappearance? I guess all options have to be considered until we found evidence to rule them out. So what does the sun deck steward do exactly? He basically takes care of passengers who are sunbathing. It can be anything from applying sunscreen to managing deck chair reservations. So where do I begin? Talk to the other crew members. Examine the sun deck where we used to work. Check out his quarters. Maybe he left something behind. So who knew him best? I can't say I am the one to ask about these. He shared cabins with Victor 7, the head servant. He ought to know him pretty well. I won't let the captain down, sir. With this assignment, you've been promoted to the rank of Assistant 4th Class. Perform your duty admirably, and there might be another promotion down the line. Come back to me if you find anything or need my help. I might be able to nudge you in the right direction. Okay, so we're going to talk with the servant first, and then I guess busboy knows something. So, but first we ask here. I'm investigating the disappearance of Victor 11. I'd like to ask you a few questions about it, if you don't mind. Shoot. So, how well did you know Victor 11? I knew him quite well, I guess. We've shared cabins for the last couple of months. Which cabin would that be? Cabin 2, the one right next to yours. I'd like to check out where he lived. You wouldn't happen to have the key, would you? As strange as it might sound, I seem to have forgotten where I put it. Maybe you can do something for me to check my memory? Like what? There's this guy down in the kitchen, Victor 84. He's just a brief chief, but for some reason he thinks he's got the right to boss my waiters around. If you can find some way to teach that guy a lesson, I might be able to remember where I put the key. Okay, so what type of lesson? Something that says, don't mess with the wait stuff. Okay, how do I do that? Frankly, I don't want to know. Okay, alright, I'll do it. Great. Come back once it's done and I'll give you the key. So, when was the last time you saw Victor 11? Last night around 9 or 10. Where was that? In our cabin, as I was coming back from a shift, he was freshening up. Said he had a meeting with somebody on the sun deck. Who? I don't know, but he seemed pretty antsy. Got himself perfumed to the gills, so naturally I thought he was seeing some skirt from the passenger section. You didn't ask? We're not allowed to consult with passengers, but if one of us does, I tend to look the other way. So what happened next? I tried to cover his morning shift, thinking he was off on cloud nine. But then he didn't show up for lunch. I started to suspect something was wrong. What did you do then? By then his absence had been noted by others. I didn't tell anybody about the meeting because I thought it would look bad on his permanent record. I see. Okay, sounds pretty clear. I'm pretty honest. So, do you have reason to believe he wanted to leave the ship? He never mentioned that to me, and we were pretty close. Did he seem unhappy about something? I wouldn't say that. He seemed preoccupied lately, but definitely not unhappy. Preoccupied with what? I don't know, he never told me. So did he have enemies on board? Why do you ask? Do you think somebody wanted to get rid of him? I'm just trying to be thorough. How can you make enemies on a sun deck? I don't know. Maybe he got a bit too personal with somebody's wife. I suppose that's possible, but he always seemed so professional. Okay, that's all. See you later then. So Busby told us about enemies. Maybe he knows more. I'm investigating disappearance of Victor 11. Do you mind if I ask you a few questions? I was afraid this might happen. Why do you say that? When I heard he was missing this morning, I got a bad feeling. Like I knew something was wrong. Hearing that the captain ordered an investigation confirms that. He hasn't just missed a shift anymore. He's gone. But still to be decided. What do you know about his disappearance? What do you want to know? So tell me about Victor 11. How well did you know him? Hardly at all. I bumped into him every once in a while when bussing tables on the sun deck, but that's pretty much it. So, did he have any other problems I should know about? His life was sunshine and butterflies until he went missing. If you know anything, you're more than welcome to contribute. I'm sorry, but the last guy I told went missing, so I'm a bit reluctant confiding in others. Let me guess, you want me to do something for you first? Nothing like that. You don't gain somebody's trust by submitting yourself as their errand boy. Then how? Prove to me that you don't think I'm crazy. Prove to me that there's a conspiracy going on board, and I'll reconsider trusting you. Okay, interesting. We can do that. Did Victor 11 want to leave the ship? Not before he knew what was going on board. What would that be? That's what we have been trying to figure out. I guess he knows him better. Did he have any enemies on board? Given the circumstances, don't you think that's likely? He still might come back. Your optimism is touching. Oh, that's harsh. So, tell me more about the circumstances of his disappearance. When was the last time you saw him? He came to me during a break and asked if I would be in my cabin later that evening. He said he'd found something he wanted to show me. What did he want to show? I don't know. He never turned up. So what did you do on the night of his disappearance? I went to bed listening onto the radio. Did you see or hear anything out of the ordinary? As I was drifting off into sleep, I thought I heard raised voices outside the cabin. I peeked through the porthole to see what the fuss was about. And? It was just Victor 11 and the head servant Victor 7. They were engaged in another one of their arguments. What about? I didn't listen, frankly. They didn't like each other, but had to make the best of a bad situation. Okay, this didn't... Victor 7 didn't tell us that, so how did you find out he was missing? I thought it was strange that he didn't show up last night. I thought I might have fallen asleep and missed him knocking. But when they paged him over the PA system this morning, I got this sinking feeling in my stomach, like I knew something was wrong. Did you report it? It was just a feeling, and his absence had already been noted. Okay, true. So, tell me more about the other crew members, particularly the bartender, Victor 5. Everybody knows he's a rubbish bartender. I don't know how he does it, but somehow he has managed to avoid emotions for quite some time. Why do you think that is? He's crafty. Back then he worked below deck. I heard he was suspected of framing a young cadet in order to take credit for his work. Nothing could be proved, so the case was dropped. 2 months later he was promoted to head of cabin service, but lately his luck seems to be running out. How come? He's failed to deliver a drink order to the captain one more than one occasion. It's hard to blame that on somebody else. I guess he's run out of cadets to manipulate. Okay, that's interesting. Maybe he has a problem as well with Victor 11. The head servant, Victor 7. Between you and me, I consider him too stupid to be a threat. What was his relationship to Victor 11? They didn't get along and were constantly butting heads. What did they argue about? Mainly small day-to-day things. Somebody used the other's aftershave or stepped in the other's bunk with the shoes on. That type of stuff. The captain's aide, Victor 3. That guy wants a command position so badly he's waiting right outside the door. What was his relationship to Victor 11? They didn't socialize. The captain's aide is only interested in being friends with people above his station. And the captain? With the things that go on aboard, I'm sure she's the only reason I'm still on his ship. She holds her guiding hand over me. What things would that be? There's something wrong with this place. Can't you feel it? Like what? I've said too much already. Wow, so much information. See you later then. So, in the next episode, we have to talk with the barkeeper. Maybe we get a clue. I think we have to talk with Victor number 7 again, because we have now new information that he argued with Victor 11. But I guess there's something totally different wrong that we don't know yet. So, yeah, it's still exciting. I don't know what happened next, and I'm looking forward for the next episode. I hope you too. And then, so take care. Watch next episode. See you there. Bye bye.